Hello, I am Tara. This is my mom, Jill. We are the authors of the Dining on a Dime cookbook. Now, when this video comes out, I don't know if this will be the edition that we have in our store, but we have over 1,200 recipes and tips to help you eat better, spend less. Right now, we are talking about survival, emergency situations, how to do it. We have put off doing prepper videos because we don't want to be in with the crazies. We'll be honest. But here's the thing. Mom raised 2 teenagers on $500 a month. I have been through floods, all kinds of stuff.
Ice storms,
floods, unemployment, sickness, all kinds of stuff. And you just need to be prepared no matter what.
We're not talking like
Craziness.
The world is coming to the end type prepared. We're talking about everyday normal.
We're not telling you to go build a bunker in your backyard, but you guys need to be prepared, okay? Now, right now, depending on when you see this, this is June 2020. We just went through a pandemic. Now we're going through riots. It's like, have you people absolutely lost your minds? So, when people absolutely lose their minds,
that's another emergency.
You have to be prepared. We are talking today about water and what to do for water. Now, you don't have to go through...
Well, one thing too, I was going to say, these are the types of things you may not be able to get out of your house to get to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Or the grocery store may not have these things, or the water is not functioning, those types of things. But go ahead.
Now, if you have the money to go stock up on gallons of water for every person, go for it. They recommend at least minimum 1 gallon of water per person for every day. So, like for our family of 6,
that's a lot.
Just one day, 6 gallons worth of water would take up this much space. Well, what are you going to do? So what I did was I went and bought a charcoal filter, food grade buckets, a spigot, and we have our own homemade water filtration system for about $50. Don't have to spend $300 on a big Berkey or anything like that. But what if you don't even have that much money? What do you do? We're going to talk you through that. Now, first of all, you need bleach. Make sure you have bleach. Regular, unscented. It cannot be scented. Regular, unscented
and not
bleach.
The splashless. It's got to be the regular, original bleach.
Plain old original bleach. 6%, you can look on there, it has ingredients, 6% is percentage that you can get also, okay? Get you some coffee filters. This is not a tip I see anywhere. Everybody recommends getting these $200 water filtration systems. But, you know, like Mom...
Those could break down.
Yeah.
You know.
Mom lives on $700 a month. Well, or she used to. She couldn't afford a $200 water filtration. So what we have, coffee filters. Put your coffee filter over your cup, jar, whatever. Filter your ditch water, your pond water, wherever you get water from.
Filtering out the lumpy stuff. I know it's gross, but that's...
Get all the lumps out. Then you're going to take your bleach and you're going to put a couple of drops of bleach in each gallon of water.
Is it 6 drops?
And it's 6 drops.
6 drops for each gallon.
For each gallon. That will kill all the bacteria, all that kind of stuff.
Let it sit for 30 minutes.
At least.
Yeah.
Yep. Let it sit for
at least
30 minutes. Then you have sterilized water that you can drink. Now, cooking, another way, if you don't have bleach and coffee filters, is you could take a t-shirt or anything like that, filter the water out, and then boil it. Okay? Bring it to a boil. Let it boil. I can't remember the exact time. Is it 5 minutes? Okay. Let it boil.
Or I do 5 minutes just to...
Yeah, let it boil. I'm going to have a printable on this, guys, in the description below on the exact things, so you can go through and make sure you have it all right and put it in your emergency binder. But, so go to the description below. There will be a printable. But you can boil your water. That's what they did for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Another thing for a filter, too, is if you're really desperate and you're out in no man's land, you can use sand with a few rocks and pebbles. and then filter
Yep.
it through. But,
That will get it through.
yeah.
Yep. You put your sand on the bottom, then your rocks on top. The rocks catches the really big stuff, and the sand catches the little
The
stuff.
finer stuff.
Now, let's say you want to keep bottles of water on hand, but you don't want to go buy a whole bunch of gallon containers. What can you do? We use...
Well, I swiped pop bottles from my kids.
Yep.
The 2 liters, the smaller ones.
Not me, my brother.
I
don't
have a
drink
variety. But you know, like at Christmas time or something, when we were having get together.
My grandparents used to go through a lot of pop
so
bottles.
I just swipe from other people because I don't drink enough to, get an accumulation.
Yeah. Milk jugs, pop bottles.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Tea bottles.
Juice containers, plastic juice containers. I do all those types of things. And I even, they're just going to die when I tell them this, but I share trash with my neighbor, and one day I went out there to put my trash, and there right on the top was this huge 1 gallon thing of iced tea that she'd bought. And it had a handle on it and everything. It was a nice sturdy container. So I just grabbed it up, took it in, Cloroxed it out, and it was a nice size. You want large and small because you'll use them for different things. The larger ones is for maybe bathing or using in the toilet if you have to. The smaller bottles you can use for drinking. So you want a little bit of a variety. Another thing on those, people say, well, isn't it going to go bad? Isn't there an expiration date? There's really not expiration date that much on water. But if you're worried about it, what I do is every summer I take those gallons of water, and you think it's going to take a lot of effort and time. It really doesn't. Every time I go to water my house plant or plants outside, I'll grab 1 or 2 up and I pour it out on my garden or on my house plants and then refill them and put them back, and I just keep them rotating. I keep the smaller bottles right by where I have my ironing board up in the sewing room, and I do my ironing, and I'll grab bottles to fill my steam iron. That way I don't have to run upstairs to get water for my steam iron, and I'm redoing the bottles, and then I'll just take a handful up and I just keep recycling
Every 6 months, mine is down in the basement, so every 6 months I have the kids haul it up. In the spring, I water all my plants, refill them, we haul them back down, and then in the fall, before it freezes, but I still have plants, we do it 1 more time.
Yeah, and see, I don't have kids to do that. I have to do them by myself, so I just do a couple at a time. So it's manageable. You can do it.
So those are some tips for water, guys. Water is super important. It's actually more important than food.
Well, I found this out when my water pipes froze. There's other things. This was the type of stuff we're talking about. I was 2 weeks with my water pipes frozen. I was there at home. I had no way to when I flushed my toilet, the water was gone. I was so shocked because I have a ton of water saved just for me, and I thought I was well prepared. But when I started filling the tank up on the toilet for the water, it went, and I mean, it went fast. I used about 4 or 5 just to fill the tank of the toilet up of the 2-liter bottles. So you need plenty for that. And another thing, okay, I hope this isn't too gross.
I'm sure it will be.
But I thought,
you can't flush every time, people.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. I started going through it too fast. You're going to have to let a flush
buildup happen.
Yeah, I was a little bit of a panic. I thought, oh dear, I can't keep flushing this every time. I would never have water left after 2 days. So what I did was, to make it even better than not flushing every time, I would take the toilet paper I wiped with when I went potty, and I had a plastic bag there that I put it in and tied it up. Now, this is no more gross than doing a baby's diaper. No, it really isn't. If you can think of it that way, you'll handle it better. And so I would just keep that plastic bag there and put the toilet paper in. Then I could get even more because my sewer was starting to freeze up. So I couldn't put anything but liquid almost. I didn't want to put a whole lot of toilet paper. So I had a double whammy going. So you got to think of ways how to stretch it out. And that's one of them. You just have to be kind of careful with it.
And if it gets to the point, keep a 5-gallon bucket, take out your toilet seat off the toilet, set it on your 5-gallon bucket, line your 5-gallon bucket with an old grocery sack.
Put the toilet seat on the bucket, right? Yeah.
Bucket lined with a grocery sack with the toilet seat on top. Do your duty. Take the toilet seat off. Tie up your bag. Throw it away. So really, we think toilets are a necessity. They're really not.
Well, you can get by
you can
a
get
lot
by with a lot without having
thinking of ways.
plumbing.
Yeah.
So now the other thing is we had floods here in 2013. And they warned us that our water system was getting ready to get compromised. If you have a warning, like we did, that your water could be compromised, you fill up every single thing in your house that will hold water. And I mean every single thing.
As quickly as you can.
As quickly as you can. I had all the bathtubs filling, all the sinks filling.
If you want to, wash them out with Clorox real quick, because then you can use it for drinking water too.
Yeah.
But go ahead. And
I mean, but if you don't have time,
if you have pitcher, large bowls.
But if you don't have time to clean it out,
you can sanitize it later.
You can sanitize it later with bleach if you have bleach. But my crock pot was full. My big
large pots, Dutch ovens,
jugs for water, for tea, all those jugs. Even if you have time, and for us it was September, so none of the pipes would have been frozen or anything, get your trash cans and fill your trash cans up with water if you can. You know, and if you have time, of course, quickly wash out your trash cans, but you could use that for helping to flush the toilet.
If you
could
have
use
a
that for
swimming
bathing.
pool still outside.
Yeah, you could use that for bathing, you know, anything like that. So if, like with us, we had like a 1 to 2 hour notice, they said that they were warning us, and I called all my neighbors and I said, you get every single thing you can filled up. It looks like they're losing the water plant and we're going to have a big mess if we don't. So do what you can. Don't panic. Just think and start moving. And what can you start doing? Yeah. So those are our tips for saving on water in an emergency. Please check out our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have tons of recipes like taco seasoning and how to make easy hamburger casserole. Easy recipes in an emergency, guys. This
substitutions in there that you can use, how to stretch the leftovers on the food that you have.
Yeah. How to freeze everything. This really is a good prepper cookbook.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. livingonadime.com to go get your free printable also on how to have water in an emergency. It's in the description below. Please hit that notification bell after you subscribe. Give us a great big thumbs up if you love our videos, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.